Now let's look at piecewise functions in reverse. We're going to be given the equation, and then we want to graph it. So to graph a piecewise defined function, we can do this a couple of ways. We use and graph and transformation, and then that you can use this function. You can draw the entire graph without lifting your pencil, and pencil. Some this in that so it knows about how we can redefine our function to fill in that hole. But let's take a look at a function. Look equal to is the y-axis at -4. So we could draw in a horizontal line all the way across at -4, and then we could go back and erase because our domain starts at an x value of -2. So if we erase all the way back to here, and we know based on the inequality that we are not including -2, so we need an open circle here, and it's everything to the left. So that one we really didn't need to draw in the whole entire line, but you can use that. Okay, let's take a look at our next line. This one is an absolute value, because we have p of x is equal to the opposite of the absolute value of x minus 2. Well, from our transformations, we know that the absolute value is a v-shape with a slope of 1. The negative in front means we're going to flip it over the x-axis. And then the -2 means we're going to go down 2. So we can use the transformation idea, and we know that it's going to have the V shape here. And again, we can draw in this entire graph, and it would look something sort of like this. And then go back to the domain that's stated, and we know that it starts at an x value of -2 and includes that point. Let's get our eraser out here. So we're going to erase this part all the way back into -2, and then we're going to fill in the circle because we are going to include that. And then we need an x value of +4, which is right there if we go down to our graph. So then we need to erase this part. And then we do not include 4, so this needs to be an open circle. And let's take a look at our last piece, which is our square root function. And I'm going to use a t-table on this one to help us out. So our function is 3 times the square root of x minus 9. And just to make the numbers nicer, I'm going to substitute in x is 4. Well, it's nice that it starts at 4, and then we can pick any values greater than 4. Well, the square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 9 is -3. So I can plot the point 4, -3. And I'm going to include that point with the closed circle. And then let's pick another easy number that's a perfect square. So let's pick 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 9 gives me 0. So that's the point 9, 0. So 4, 5, 6, 7. count over, 9, 0, and then we know an absolute value, or sorry, square root function kind of looks like a little curve, and we would just continue it like this with an arrow at the end, and there are all of our pieces. And then this graph would be discontinuous because here we cannot draw this entire graph without lifting our pencil. We'd have to lift our pencil between the second and the third pieces.